Shine Yoga in Virginia Beach. I'm the owner here at Shine, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes to show a couple poses that you can do for when you're suffering with pain from sciatica. Sciatica, that shooting pain down your leg. There are a couple quick and easy things you can do to help relieve that. Now, having said that, I am not a doctor. I am going to read my little statement here so I get everything right. And this is not medical device. It's not a medical device either. It's not medical advice. If you feel shooting pain down your leg or numbness in your toes, then please first seek the advice of a physician. The information in this video is not intended to be a substitute for medical advice or a diagnosis or treatment. So that said, let's move into a couple of quick yoga stretches that you can do to help relieve sciatica. So we're going to start on our hands and knees. I am going to consult my notes. Sorry, I hope you don't mind, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. If you don't do any other stretch, this is one that is easy to do. You don't need any props. You can do it pretty quickly. You don't have to do any special warm-ups. It's a variation on table pose. I'm going to demonstrate on the right today, but you will want to do the pose on the side where you have pain. I'll actually demonstrate both sides, but just to talk you through. So come to table, stretch the fingers open nice and wide. The wrists are under the shoulders or perhaps just above the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. This is a very gentle, very easy thing to do. We're just going to extend the right leg out behind, and I hope that you can see. I'm just going to shift a little. Extend the right leg out behind. I've got my toes on the floor, and I'm going to reach through my right heel, and then keeping my hips square, begin to lift the right leg up, just to feel that square in the hips. You don't want to overextend here. That's not where we want to be. Now, when you're here and you can feel that squaring off in the hips, go ahead and point the toe. Release the top of the foot to the floor, and then gently bend the knee, and begin to just drop the hip, and let the leg swing. I don't know if you can see that in the video here. We'll have the other side in just a moment, and you'll be able to see it a little more clearly. And do this for as long as it feels good. I'm going to release my right knee to meet the left and demonstrate on the other side. So if you'd like, you can do it on the same side if that's the side where your pain is, or you can do this side with me. So from table, I'm extending my left leg out behind me. I'm going to lift my left leg. Now, I'm not coming too high. You can see how the hips open up here. I'm going to turn my pinky toe down toward the floor so my hips are square. The top of my right foot is pressing into the floor. I'm going to release my toes, so I'm pointing my toes. I'm going to release the top of my foot down to the mat, drop the left knee, allow the left hip to fall, and then just swing the leg. And this swinging action is actually kind of important. It helps that thigh bone sort of wiggle around in the hip socket, and it releases the pressure on your spine here. And that's where a lot of the pain originates in sciatica, on your sciatic nerve there. Just let it wiggle, just relax, and then you can return the knee back to meet the other. Bring the big toes together, push the sitting bones back towards the heels, allow the forehead to come down to the floor and come into child's pose just for a moment. This is just a transitional pose for us today, for you to allow your breath to return to normal and allow the back to release, the lower back to release. This is actually a great pose for sciatica as well. So you can take your time here, take as much time as you like, or you can come on back to table. We're going to swing around and come to our backs. So gently lower to your back. Take your time getting there. Find a good spot that feels good. We're going to bend both knees. And then again, I'm starting on the right side. You start on the side that works for you and maybe do it twice, or you can, in yoga, we like to have balance and do both sides, but it's okay in this situation if you just want to do one side. Allow the right leg to extend down to the floor. I'm straightening the right leg, reaching the heel toward the back wall, and then lift that foot up towards the ceiling. Take your time. You don't have to come high. This isn't where we're staying. We're just going to bend the knee, cross the right ankle over the other knee, and just rest here for a moment. So this is called figure four or reclined pigeon. You can take a hand, if you want something a little deeper, you can take the right hand and press on that knee to open up the hip. I don't know that that's really necessary where you are if this is for sciatic pain. What we do want to do after we take a minute to open up that hip is begin to lift the left leg off the floor and bring the right knee in close to the body as the left knee begins to lift. And you can just relax this left foot. It's just easy. And then draw the right arm in that space between the legs and clasp the fingertips behind the left thigh. Now, find your comfort space here. Don't do anything that's painful or so excruciatingly uncomfortable that your body is saying to come out. If that's happening, then come out at any time. But this is a great opportunity to take a few breaths. Feel the breath down deep in the belly and relax the shoulders down to the mat. And then hold for as long as you'd like, maybe 4 or 5 breaths. And then gently engage the core, release the left foot, take uncross the foot on the ankle, extend the right leg up, and you can either gently lower it or just bring it down to bend the knee and place the bottom of the foot on the floor. We're going to do the other side, or you can do the same side again if you'd like to. If that's part of your practice. So extending the left leg to the floor, lifting it high, bending the knee, bringing the left ankle over the right knee. If you'd like to press the knee open just a little bit to allow for that opening in the hip, and then gently begin to lift, engage the core as you lift the right foot off the floor. Take that left hand in the space between the legs, draw the right hand to meet the left to intertwine the fingers. You can relax the feet for a moment, breathe into it. If you don't feel any release here, maybe try drawing just a little closer than you think you're going to be comfortable doing. And as before, anything that's excruciating, come out of it. If you're feeling pain, then don't do it. But if you can feel that stretch and that release, it's going to feel really good to you afterwards. And then when you've taken a few breaths here, release the right foot down, uncross the ankle over the leg, stretch it up to the sky, bring it back down to the mat, and release here. Now, we're going to take the arms out into a T, and we're coming into one of my favorite poses. It's one that I do nearly every practice. It's just a spinal twist, a reclined spinal twist. So with the knees bent and fairly close to the body, press into the bottoms of the feet, lift the hips and shift them. We're going to start to the right. So shift them to the left. Bring the knees into the chest and allow the knees to fall to the right. So we shifted the hips to the left as the knees come to the right. So in this case, I say we started on the right side, but the stretch is going to be through the left side of the body. So if the pain is on the left side, you'll shift your hips to the left and drop your knees to the right, just like we've done here. Take a moment to check in with the shoulders, making sure both shoulders are on the floor. Checking in with the knees. If you need to place a block under the knees or a block between the knees, either of those can help support the body. If the knees don't come all the way down, that's okay, but you do want to come to a place where you can relax the muscles and let gravity open the body. So take a moment as you breathe here. Take a moment really to find your comfort zone first so you can relax into the pose. And then of course, while you're here, you want to go ahead and take several breaths. Let the body begin to open. And then when you're ready, we're going to engage the core as we inhale. We're going to lift the top knee and then the bottom knee to come with it. Press into the feet, find the center line for just a moment if you need to have a little wiggle, and then press into the feet again to shift the hips to the right this time. The knees come into the chest and drop to the left. Now, obviously, if you're doing this on one side, the side that's bothering you, you can do that side again, or you can come into the pose on this side just for a little bit of balance. Checking in with the shoulders, both pressed gently into the mat. Checking in with the hips, that the knees are relaxed if you place that block under the knee or between the knees. And then maybe even think about when you're ready, if you don't have to do it from the beginning, But when you're ready, see if you can't draw the knees up a little higher. Rest here, take a few breaths. And then engage the core as you inhale and return the knees back to center, pressing into the feet to find the center line of the spine. From here, let's take the feet nice and wide, maybe about mat distance apart. Bring the knees together. This ultimately is just a transition pose, but also can be very beneficial. Bring the knees together in sort of a V shape or like a tent shape. Take a moment to rest here, let the lower back release. Feel the spine sort of resetting there. And then if you want to rock the knees from side to side in sort of a windshield wiper motion, that's a great way to hit the reset button as well. And then bring back to center, maybe draw the knees in closer to the chest. Take a moment here, pressing the back into the earth. And then bring the feet back down to the floor. And then, if you'd like to roll to the side and come back to a seated position. That's it. 3 simple moves for helping with sciatic pain. So you've got your modified table where you point the toe and drop the foot, drop the hip, and let the leg just swing and dangle there. You've got your figure 4 or your reclined pigeon where you cross your ankle over the other knee and draw it in close to the body, and you have that release in the lower back. And then you have your spinal twist. There are lots of variations on those, and if you have any questions, I hope you'll definitely reach out. You can reach us at www.shineyogavabeach.com, or you can email us at hello@shineyogavabeach.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day.